Hey, welcome to the Motormouth YouTube channel. I'm Zach.
I'm Andrea.
Little channel update just a second away. We're in Questions, Coffee, and Cars 198. How do you get a question in?
Follow along on Instagram at Motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday, I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show.
Time now for Questions, Coffee, and Cars.
Okay, we're at 198, 2 away from 200. So we decided to do a special 200th Ask Us Anything.
Yeah, anything you like.
It's going to change, though, when Andrea drops the question on
Yeah.
Instagram. You usually do it on Sundays. We're going to put it kind of midweek, right?
It'll be midweek just to keep it separate. And I will clarify when I put the post out that it's the 200th episode. Ask us anything you like.
We're going to do it in a different car, too. So stay tuned.
We're switching it up.
Okay, ready?
Yeah.
Your questions from Instagram.
Unfortunately, many workers are being laid off this year. Microsoft only with 9,000 workers so far. Are the car manufacturers feeling the consequences on sales? Thank you and hello from Waterloo. Yeah, the big three for sure are feeling the consequences, reporting losses in the billions.
This is because of the tariff situation. Sales are still holding up, though. So sales are good. Ford, really, when the tariff thing hit, they made massive changes. They did the employee pricing for what was 3 or 4 months, so you could get great deals, and that moved a lot of cars. I just saw in the Canadian market, sales in Canada are up over last year, but not a lot. But sales seem to be holding. But the losses due to tariffs are huge.
And GM and Ford actually say pricing is pretty flat. It's really stabilized, and they're not sure they're going to see rises in new vehicle prices. So that's a good thing. But I pulled some numbers here. Ford said it took an 800 million, 1.1 billion Canadian dollar hit for the second quarter as a result of tariffs. GM says 1.1 billion in the US and 1.52 billion in Canada.
That's converted to Canadian dollars.
Yeah.
Not in addition to.
Not in addition, just separate. I'm giving you both numbers in its second quarter. So Stellantis is saying 2.4 billion Canadian this year.
And Volkswagen, it was 1.5 billion.
Yeah.
So these are big numbers in one quarter. So what we need is certainty. Business hates uncertainty. So if they do have some price certainty, they've talked about how they're going to have a set 15% for the Eurozone. They're going to have 15% for South Korea. So at least if they know that, the companies can work with those numbers to make plans. If it's all up in the air like it is with Canada right now, then it's really hard to make plans.
And even GM and Ford said like they're really being hit hard by steel and aluminum and parts. And you talk to these manufacturers, we've heard from GM, but we've also heard from Honda saying you got to go through every vehicle and you've got to figure out where the parts are coming from. And if a part's made in the US, then you can lower the tariffs on that or no tariffs at all. But it's a real challenge for these manufacturers to try and figure it out. So it's not always as simple as made in the US, made in Mexico, made in Canada, made overseas. It also comes down to parts. It's very, very tricky. I have a Mercedes. You put E42, but I know you mean E43, AMG 2017. Low mileage, 60,000 miles. Took it for $60,000 maintenance, and the cost is $5,000.
Whoa. Back up. It's a what?
It's a
17 AMG
2017
E43.
AMG E43.
And it's 65,000 miles.
60,000 miles. Took it for 60,000 maintenance.
And they want 5,000.
And the cost is 5,000. It has never given me an issue, and I love the car. Is it time to replace it? Or should I follow Zach saying cheapest car you own is the one you have?
Well, first of all, I would pump the brakes on going to the dealer for the 60,000 mile service. There's not a chance it should cost $5,000.
But I wonder if you already paid that. I don't know. You didn't say.
Well, I would suggest that if you haven't paid, go to an independent Mercedes shop, and hopefully you're in a big enough city where they have one, and they're typically around, somebody that knows how to work on these cars. And I just can't see it being a $5,000 maintenance bill. I just don't understand, unless it's like, okay, it's an AMG. It needs new tires. It needs new brakes.
Yep.
and then it needs a service, and then maybe it needs some kind of repair, you could get to $5,000
Easy.
on brakes, tires, service. But still, I agree. It's the cheapest thing is cheap car you got.
Well, and you love the vehicle. You said you've had no other issues before. So now you're looking at, it's a 7-year-old vehicle. So I did a little research for you, and there have been some reported issues online. With the front propeller shafts, leaks from the front differential, oil leaks from the upper timing covers, 20-inch AMG wheels are susceptible to bending or cracking, software glitches with the transmission, and if it's equipped with air suspension, potential issues with the air struts or compressor. You didn't say what the issues were.
Yeah, but like a time.
But if you have some issues, it can add up quickly. Even with us, with a Porsche Cayenne that we're sitting in here.
Don't say it, Andrea.
An oil change is not inexpensive.
Yeah, but listen, a valve cover gasket replacement is not a huge repair bill. Prop shaft, that's something different. But a lot of these
air
things...
suspension, I don't know.
Air suspension. The thing about air suspension, a lot of people don't realize, is they can be repaired. You take them apart and then you reseal them, and then they're usually good to go. And the car's only got 60,000 miles. And it probably, with air suspension, the one they use with Mercedes, is quite reliable. It's not like a Land Rover where they're always failing. Listen, I understand the pain, but if you amortize it over, the car is a 17, so it's 8 years old. I don't know what to say.
Oh,
I mean,
is it 20? It's 2025, isn't it?
2017, yeah.
Yeah, so 8. I said 7 thinking we're still in 2024.
Oh, I know, it's crazy. But the thing is, it's an expensive car. It's a prestige car, and it's a performance car. You know, those wear items, brakes on those cars are... Look, you know the brakes on this car? Is if you went to the dealer and you put front and rear brakes on this car, would be almost $3,000 just for the brakes. So I can now that I'm saying it out loud, you can...
when you said that to me, I was kind of like, okay, 8-year-old car, it's costing you $5,000. It sounds like you haven't had any issues before. These things can creep up. We've got a viewer who bought a BMW X3 CPO, ended up having problems with the infotainment system. The dealership met him halfway with the pricing, but it was up at like $10,000.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And so I don't know what your issues are, but you've got the vehicle, you love the vehicle, you haven't had any issues. For me personally, I would probably stick with it. I gotta say, if we went to Porsche and we started having problems with our vehicle, this one, and it cost us $5,000, knowing the age, we're not getting rid of this vehicle.
Well, that's a low-mile car. 60,000 miles is nothing. And if you love it and you want to keep it long-term, then just invest. It's an investment in this. But you can also go outside of the dealer. You do not have to go to them to get all these things done. Like you can order your own tires for it. You don't have to do it through the dealer. You can order the parts for the brakes and find an indie to put them on.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you know, things like brakes and tires and, you know, suspension, that's just basic mechanics. It's not like any secret sauce that they have at Mercedes.
So what you need moving forward, if you decide to keep this vehicle, is just a really good mechanic that's not at the dealership, that can work on your vehicle, that you feel confident in. And one that you can really trust,
Okay.
you know, that he's not ripping you off or she's ripping you off.
On Facebook, there is a group for everything, okay, for every car. So you want to find maybe an AMG forum, E-Class forum, maybe even that specific car, there might be a forum, like a chat group, or a group, they call them, I guess, groups.
Yeah.
And you can go on there and you say, okay, I live in Indianapolis. Is there a reputable independent Mercedes garage near here that I can go to, and someone will shoot you in the right direction.
Is it even worth it to get hybrids? Considering to get either the new Tiguan and the CRV Sport Touring, the CRV is a hybrid, but when looking at the fuel range with a full tank of gas, the Tiguan has more range than the CRV. Yes, I understand mileage varies by driving conditions.
But also could have a much bigger gas tank. It could just be a function of how much fuel you're carrying around. So if you've got a way bigger gas tank, you're going to go farther.
The Tiguan gets 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city. That's 22 miles per gallon. And on the highway, 7.8 liters per 100 kilometers, 30 miles per gallon. The CRV hybrid, 6 liters per 100 kilometers city, 40 miles per gallon. And 6.9 liters per 100 kilometers on the highway, that's 34 miles per gallon.
So coming back to if it's highway driving or city driving, there's not much in it. There's 4 miles per gallon difference between the highway and highway between the two.
And if you think about city, there is a difference.
Massive.
Yeah. But that's for you to decide with the price difference, because Honda on that top touring trim is expensive. That is over $54,000 in Canada. Now the Tiguan top trim is just over $50,000, but are you going to make up the $4,000 difference in gas? I'll tell you one thing about the Tiguan. You got a much nicer interior, but I know you guys are going to all chime in and say the Honda CR-V is going to have better resale value than the Tiguan and better reliability.
More reliability. Listen, I'm going to come back to my old line. Buy what you like. If you like the Tiguan and you think that's what you want, go for that. You know, keep it under warranty and enjoy it. And if you're doing a lot of highway driving, if you're considering the range of the car, that tells me kind of you're doing highway driving. And the turbocharged 4-cylinder in the Tiguan will be way better for passing trucks and going up hills than the CR-V hybrid. So there is a story for each.
What are the best affordable options for a 3-row hybrid SUV? I personally like the Santa Fe or 4Runner. I'm surprised you put 4Runner in there, but I'm interested in what you guys have to say.
Well, it is available as the hybrid, and with you can get the limited on the RAV4. So do you say RAV4?
No, 4Runner.
4Runner, that's what I meant.
And
You can
Santa Fe.
You can get the 4Runner hybrid with the 3rd row in the limited.
No, you can't get the hybrid with the 3rd row in the 4Runner. You can only get the gas model, but in Canada, the limited model is gas only. You have to move to Platinum to get the hybrid. In the US,
but the Platinum
limited comes in hybrid or gas.
But don't you get rid of the middle seat if you get the Platinum?
In the 4Runner?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
You don't get a 3rd row in the hybrid, period, in the 4Runner. And boy, that 3rd row is teeny weeny.
Okay, so I'm confused. I thought there was a 3rd row in the 4Runner.
There is.
But it's just gas.
That's right.
So take that one off the list. Okay.
That one is
We took a
not
while
good.
to land the plane, but we did land the plane, or Andrea landed the plane. I was the co-pilot. We should switch seats. But that's okay. So take that one off. I think you're missing some though too. Like the big one is the Grand Highlander. There's the regular Highlander, and then there's the new Palisade from Hyundai that are all available with hybrid.
And Santa Fe's got a hybrid.
And the Santa Fe, well, they
which
included
isn't
that.
as big as the Palisade. But here's something to consider with the Santa Fe. On the higher trims, and possibly the hybrid, yes, on the hybrid, if I'm not mistaken, in Canada, it only comes with captain's chairs. So that becomes a 6-passenger SUV. I actually think your best bet, if you want a large hybrid, is the 2.5-liter hybrid powertrain in the Grand Highlander. Delivers great fuel economy. You get the space that you want. And it's not that badly priced.
It's also unobtainium. I can never say it.
Yes.
Can't get one. You're going to have a way better shot getting a regular Highlander. Everybody wants the Grand Highlander. And that vehicle, the Highlander's at the end of its life cycle. It's going to be replaced with something. But there might be 1 or 2 of those kicking around. So the Palisade is available with a hybrid. It's coming later in the fall. The gas one's available now. So we haven't driven it yet. They didn't have it for us to drive on the recent drive event. So we look forward to driving it. I would guess you're probably your safest bet is Highlander or Grand Highlander.
Yeah, but Grand Highlander is tough to get. So I would say Highlander. I haven't heard a ton of problems about not being able to get the Highlander hybrid, but maybe I'm wrong. Speaking of Palisade, just saw you had a couple of posts about the new Palisade 2026. Except for the hybrid option, is there anything that stands out to you and Zach that would prompt existing Palisade owners for an upgrade? Everything.
They blew it up. They came with a brand new model from the wheels up. It's bigger.
Amazing.
It's if you get the top trim, it's a luxury car. And if you watch our video, when does it drop, Andrea?
It drops tomorrow.
So we're not allowed to.
Don't you miss it. Tomorrow morning.
We're not allowed to talk about driving impressions.
No.
We talk about everything else. If you change the logo and you put Genesis on there, I would be like, yeah, for sure. It's just so well done, and there's nobody in that class that can touch it for the amenities and the features on the inside.
My goodness. I like the features that are being offered. Let's just start. I don't want to give the video away, but third row, 4-way power seats.
So slides fore and aft power and tilts fore and aft.
Heated as well.
Heated.
I asked Hyundai, is there any other brand that you can tell me in the non-luxury category that offers a 4-way power
Third row.
third row? And because
couldn't
I
think of
said
one.
I can't think of one, and I wanted them to clarify, they said there isn't. And they also said in the luxury category, some don't offer that, some do. How about
actually,
heated and ventilated second row seats?
I can't think of anybody in the luxury space. You guys can right below if there's a fore and aft power
What
in the
about
third row.
X7? I'm wondering BMW X7, but I can't remember.
I can't think of one. Anyway, right below if you have one that does that.
Maybe GLS.
Yeah, but heated and ventilated second row seats. I mean, just the materials and the finish.
Come on.
It had a vinyl wrap dash. It's futuristic on the outside. It's warm and inviting on the inside. It's beautifully done.
Oh my gosh, absolutely beautiful. That is the one I would buy over the previous model, outgoing model of the Palisade.
But
it's night and day. I'm sorry, it's night and day.
Yeah, but Andrea, this is somebody's money and livelihood, and they want to update it. If you have a current Palisade and you're happy with it, it's also a nice vehicle. We found something interesting. Like, we don't want to give the whole video away because it does drop tomorrow. Like and subscribe, get notifications.
Bigger screens.
Bigger screens.
And nice screens.
Oh, I forgot what I was
well
going to
laid
say.
out. I'm sorry. I got
Oh
excited.
no, we found something out that we didn't hear it from the U.S. side, but the Canadian side, the vast majority, 2/3 of the people that buy Palisade buy the totally pimped out top calligraphy model, the most expensive one that looks like a luxury car on the inside.
Yeah, one downfall, and we're still working on it with the manufacturers. When people want all the bells and whistles on the top trim, give them a bench seat as well. So we talk about that in our review, but you can only get captain's chairs, and I think that's a disappointment. So we keep working with them on that, especially, hey guys, especially if in Canada 60 to 70% of people buy that top trim. Some have 3 kids. They want to put 3 kids across that second row.
They'll sell you the luxury trim.
They don't want to put them, they don't want the luxury trim. They want that top calligraphy.
The one you got to buy.
Is the next Toyota Highlander going to be a plug-in trim? Great question.
Well, there's loads of internet speculation. If you Google, upcoming 2026 Highlander, there's loads of speculation that it's going to be an EV.
I know.
So it could be that. It could be a plug-in. It could just be a hybrid. Just like they went with RAV4, getting rid of the 2.4 liter turbo and just going, my bet is that. And maybe there might be some other option like a plug-in or an EV.
I feel like, okay, I have a couple ideas. I feel like, is the Highlander needed anymore? I was always kind of saying when the Grand Highlander came, you need both because the Highlander is that much smaller and some people don't want the large
And price point.
Grand Highlander. But now I'm starting to think that maybe they're going to eliminate the gas model. Maybe they're just going to do a hybrid and maybe a plug-in hybrid. But I know after speaking with Toyota countless times, and you see it with the Lexus TX plug-in hybrid not coming to Canada at this time. It is available in the US because plug-in hybrid powertrains are so expensive. You can see in Canada the RAV4 plug-in hybrid what that costs. It's not an inexpensive option. So I wonder if they would even do a plug-in hybrid. I'm feeling that they're going to do a hybrid and an EV on that hybrid.
I think
on that Highlander.
If they do bring a conventional model, it's going to be probably hybrid only. I think we're seeing that with Toyota anyway, where they're going to start dropping, like they did. The first one to go all hybrid was Sienna, and that was like a head scratcher at the time, but it hasn't slowed down sales. RAV4 is now coming hybrid only, and you could see that if they come up with a new Highlander. So Google it on the interwebs. You'll see there's all kinds of speculation about what is coming. So there you go.
And Lexus has a new platform for the ES, and they're doing hybrid and electric. And I bet you These types of platforms are going to trickle over to
Well, it's,
Toyota, and they're going to have a hybrid and an
well,
electric
they don't
vehicle.
build different
Exactly.
platforms. They're going to
Exactly.
scale that up.
Yep.
So they have what's called the skateboard. The skateboard is the electric architecture, and then they put a different top hat on top. So it could be anything you want it. You could have it look like an FJ Cruiser. You could have it look like a sports car. You can have it look like an SUV.
I actually think that's a brilliant platform to be able to do both, because not everybody is ready for an EV, and hybrids are the bomb right now.
So number 200 is coming up. Keep an eye out for that special post. Ask us anything. And how do you get a question in, like for that one and for all the others?
Yeah, follow along on Instagram at motormouth_Andrea. Every Sunday I put a post out on Instagram asking for questions. Once we gather them, the post is deleted and we start the show. But keep an eye out. It will not go out on a Sunday for Ask Us Anything. I will specifically put in the post, as I mentioned off of the top of this video, it will say 200th episode.
Talk to you later.